Hi, I'm Kendra Goodman from the softball team. You're watching Clan TV, home of Canada's NCAA team.
Hi, I'm Alex Balick from softball. I compete for Canada's NCAA team. Watch me on Clan TV.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for Game 2 of this GNAC softball doubleheader between the SFU Clan and the Montana State Billings Yellowjackets on Clan TV. I'm Luca Molinari here for you for Game 2. Just a quick look at Game 1. The Clan took Game 1 4-2. All the action in that game happening in the fifth. The fifth inning, the Yellowjackets jumped up to a 2-0 lead, all starting off with that two-run home run from the pitcher, Megan Detling, trying to help out her own cause. And then the Clan battled back in that inning in very interesting ways. They did it first by playing textbook small ball. It was a leadoff single from Murnahan. She was pinch run in favor of Kendra Ho, so putting speed on the base paths. Immediately after, DeAngelis with the sack bunt, moving the runner over. And then, in true fashion, Taylor Gillis with the RBI double. She put one up the middle in the outfield, giving Ho the chance to score. And following that, Caron had the single, and then there was the double steal. So Caron was at first, Gillis was at third, both of them stole, run scored that way. And then it was Caron at second, which then was the home run from Nicole Rattel, which was the game-changing moment, arguably, because it put the Clan up ahead, huge morale boost, and definitely it also gave them the lead. So that's Rattel now with home runs in back-to-back weekends. So she had the two-run home run against Western Washington. She had the two-run home run here. So Rattel definitely being an impact player for the Clan here in these early home games. Another impact player, pitcher Aaliyah Stokowski. She has two back-to-back complete games. She went the distance against the Vikings, giving up one run off a couple hits. And here in this past game against the Yellowjackets, giving up a couple hits, I think it was about 4 or 5 hits, and only two runs. So she's giving up the odd run here or there, but the defense playing very well behind her. So again, solid defense being played by the Clan, good offense being played by the Clan. The impressive part about what happened in the previous game for the Clan, they were being shut out. They were actually being no hit. They had no runs, no hits leading into that fifth inning, and then the fifth inning is when it all got started. Again, it's leadoff single for Murnahan. The double from Gillis, Caron got on base, Rattel with the home run, bunt for base hit from Proctor, and then a walk from Balak. It was a big inning for the Clan and definitely a big momentum changer. The kicker here in Game 2 is going to be this whole idea of momentum. The Clan won Game 1. They came back to win it. They have the momentum on their side. Obviously, Montana, they had the lead, lost it, and now they got to battle back here. They're losing Game 1 of a doubleheader. Never easy. However, they do have the option of having that, so to speak, chip on the shoulder by losing Game 1. Clan have to make sure they don't get too high on that first win. Kind of have to relax, reset, bring it back to even. And right now, everything's 0-0. They picked up the first win. Got to pick up the second win. A split's fine and dandy, but a 2-game sweep would make it all the better, especially knowing they have Montana again 2 games tomorrow. So it's going to be a 4-game series. These teams are going to get real intimate with each other. So it's best to take at least 2 today, and then at least for the weekend they can split. So the important part for the Clan here is to at least take the 2 today. They've done that job. Game 1, taking the first game. They definitely have a chance for game 2. They're pretty much bringing out the exact same lineup, just the changing of the pitcher. The only difference is it will be Tori Belton starting pitching for the Clan instead of Stokowski. So once that happens, we're still waiting on Montana's lineup, and then once we get that, we can talk about that with you. But for now, we have SFU's lineup. It's the exact same with the exception of the pitchers. Right now you can see the women here just gathering up before the game, looking to get things going. We're scheduled to start. We were scheduled to start at 3:35, which it is right now, so we'll probably be getting underway very shortly here as the coaches and umpires are having a meeting at home plate, just getting things sorted out. Once they break, the teams will take the field, and we will be ready to go for Game 2 at Beedie Field. Again, it is a nice day here on top Burnaby Mountain. It's not overly cold, a little windy, so favorable conditions. And we're already having some changes here. Yeah. 7 is OP, thank you.
How good do you recognize them? I know which one's Scott, but I don't know which one.
So lineups are in. Ladies are ready to take the field. Again, to watch this game is available in HD, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/live2. And just a quick look at the defensive lineup for the Clan. It is exactly the same as last game, with the exception of the pitcher, number 14, Tori Belton. So we have Belton pitching, Murnahan behind the plate. At first will be Rattel. At second will be DeAngelis. Third is Caron. Short is Gary. Left Balak. Center Gillis. And in right Proctor. So just waiting to get underway here.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about set to get underway with our second game in the doubleheader today between the visiting Montana State University Billings Yellowjackets and your Simon Fraser University Clan.
So as you see, the Clan have taken the field here. It is Belton pitching. Same lineups, Rattel over at first. So again, the Clan looking to her for another big game here. She has been quite the source of offensive production for the Clan as of late. So the Clan, another interesting spot in the Clan lineup has been 3-spot hitter Taylor Lundrigan. Been relatively quiet as of late, but known for her strong bat. So that's something that we'll be looking to get going. So again, everyone's taking their positions. The umpires are taking the field. We are looking to get going here.
Top of the first inning, leading off for the Montana State University Billings Yellowjackets will be number 24.
And leading off for the Yellowjackets is number 24, Belle Roven. So the Yellowjackets submitting in a very similar lineup as to last game. And Belton for the first pitch. And first pitch just a little high for a ball. And that one is swung on and hit. That one's going deep. And that one's to the fence. It will be fielded by Gillis, who gets that one over to second. So Roven leading off the game with a double. Good start here for the Yellowjackets.
Number 2, Corey Gammon.
And this will bring up Corey Gammon. And Belton working against Gammon. And first pitch strike, a very good pitch. So 0-1 the count. And the bunt, that one just gets in. And a good play there from Murnahan. However, the runner does advance.
Next at bat, number 11, Marissa Prince.
And just another look at that good defensive play there from Murnahan. And that bunt just not really going anywhere. And this will bring up number 11 for the Yellowjackets. That's Marissa Prince. And Prince, big swing and a miss. Good job by Murnahan to keep that ball in front, making it once across the board. And that one catching the outside part of the plate. Good pitch there from Belton as she points to her catcher Murnahan for actually keeping that good frame job on the outside. And that one fouled off. And that one fouled off, bringing the count to 1-2. And again, swung on and fouled by Prince. So after getting the Montana lineup, their lineup looks something like Rovin, Gammon, Prince, Detling, Devlin, Casanelli. So 1 through 6 the same. And then after that, it is Jessica Bagnell, Kate Jackson, and Amanda Barham for the 7, 8, 9 spot of the lineup. And we're currently at the number 3 spot, and that is Marissa Prince. And Prince is up with 1 on and 1 out. And that off speed just missing. Bringing the count to 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the top of the first inning. And that one is swung on. Gillis back to the wall. And she catches that one. However, it looks like the runner will tag and score. So sac fly from Prince doing her job. She elevates that one deep into the field. So Montana off to a very good start here as they jump out to the early 1-0 lead. So you can see the deep fly ball. Runner on third going to tag up. And as soon as the ball's caught, there you can see tagging up. It's a very long throw for Gillis to make.
Number 15, Megan Detline.
Either way, though, good fundamental ball being played by the Yellowjackets. And this is the home run hitter for the Yellowjackets last game. This is Megan Detling, scheduled to be the designated player for this game, so getting a break defensively after pitching all of game 1. First pitch strike. And that one comes in on the low and away corner, so a very good pitch there from Belton. So 0-2 the count on Detling. And that one just missing a little outside. So again, when you get up in the count, try and get him to chase his outside pitches. Don't constantly need to pound the zone. So 1-2 the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. No one on base, as the only runner was Rovin on third, scoring on the sac fly from Prince. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And that goes, that was 4 up, 3 down after the strikeout on Detling. And just a reminder, today's game is live streamed in HD, and you can watch it at athletics.sfu.ca/live too. And we'll be right back for the bottom of the first. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, and leading off for the Clan here in the bottom of the first is the center fielder, Taylor Gillis. Just a quick look at the Clan's batting lineup. It will be Gillis, Caron, Lundrigan, Rattel, Proctor, Balak, Gary, Murnahan, and DeAngelis, with Belton being in the 10 spot. And pitching for the Yellowjackets is number 28, Amanda Rourke. So ball one from Rourke. And that one catching the outside part of the zone, bringing the count to 1-1. So 1-1 the count now on Gillis. Gillis going 1 for 3 in game 1. She had 2 strikeouts and the RBI double, of course. She also reached base on a walk. Count now 2-1 to Gillis. And big swing and a miss there from Gillis. Unable to meet the power of Rourke. So 2-2 the count now on Gillis. Looking to get a good start here for the Clan. And she hits that one up the middle, however, right to Rourke. So an easy put out for the Yellowjackets. And this will bring up the third baseman, Stephanie Caron. Caron, 1 for in the previous game, going 1 for 3. And look at that replay, just a lazy ground ball up the middle. Easy pickup for Rourke. And that one missing wide for Caron. Again, 1 for 3 in game 1. Had the fielder's choice. Reached base on a walk. Grounded out. Or sorry, she flew out. And got on reach base with a single. As that ball misses. Bringing it to 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. And that ball catches the outside part of the plate, bringing the count to 2-1. So 2-1 the count. And that one missing, bringing it now to 3-1. So Rourke now at the 3-1 count, working against Caron. And that one will miss wide, giving Caron the free pass. So Caron in both games having leadoff walks. And this will bring up the designated player, Taylor Lundrigan. Lundrigan 0-4 in the last game. She had 3 flyouts, 1 to third, 1 to right, and 1 to center. So Lundrigan due for a hit here in game 2. and rips that one over. A chance for the Yellow Jackets to roll a pair. They got the lead runner at second, however, do not get Lundrigan as she reaches first on the fielder's choice. And just another look at that. And just a ground ball over to third. Well played by Devlin, as it will bring up Rattel. And Lundrigan looks to go. Some heads-up base running there from Lundrigan as she capitalizes on the ball in the dirt. So being very aggressive on the base paths. So Lundrigan getting herself in scoring position for Rattel. And definitely Rattel a power hitter. So anything that the outfield should score Lundrigan. Count is now 1-1 on Rattel. Rattel a very selective hitter. Not going to swing at that garbage down low. Going to make the pitchers come into the zone. So Rourke, if she wants to get Rattel swinging, is going to have to come into the zone. And got to pound that low part of the zone because, as you saw last game, bad things happen when you elevate the ball on Rattel, as she will get a good swing on it. 3-1 the count now on Rattel. (3-1) delivery from Rourke. And Rattel, big swing and a miss, is fouled off. Lundrigan looking to advance to third on that one, however, called foul by the umpire. So full count here for Rattel. And good lights from Rattel as she watches ball 4 go by. So Clan reaching base off walks, with the exception of Lundrigan on the fielder's choice. And this will bring up the right fielder, number 13, Rachel Proctor. Proctor, 1 for 3 in the previous game. Looking to keep that rolling here. She had that bunt for a base hit, rips that one by third, as that's Devlin who gets wicketed, and Lundrigan showing the wheels scoring, and we are all tied up at 1. So an RBI single for Proctor here in the first as she keeps her streak going. So a good hard hit ground ball wickets Devlin over at third. So a very solid piece of hitting. You see right there in that replay, very hard hit off the bat of Proctor, as this will bring up the left fielder, Alex Balick. And that one in the dirt. And that's the catcher, Kate Jackson, unable to hold on to that one. Sorry, Katie Jackson. So Jackson already with a couple of misses behind the plate, and that one is ripped, unable to be handled by the shortstop. That could be trouble as Rattel scores and Proctor scores. So a 2 RBI double for Balac, as Bagnell unable to elevate and get up on that.
The next batter, number 25, SFU, Haley Gary.
And this will bring up the shortstop, Haley Gary. And Yellow Jackets having a little mound visit, trying to keep the spirits back up. And a great response by the Clan so far. They give up 1 in the first, come back and get 3 in their own half of the inning. And that ball misses low. So that's Balac on second after the double, just over the shortstop. It was tipped into the power alley off the shortstop's glove. That was Bagnell at short. And dead ball. Gary looking to keep this roll going for the Clan, who have proved this season to be very tough with 2 outs. So the Clan doing a good job with 2 outs, not rolling over here. And the 1-1 delivery from Rourke. And that one will fall in low for a ball. So Clan looking at the 7th hitter so far this inning. 2-1 the count now on Gary. And that one just missing outside. A high pitch count this inning for Rourke. She's walked 2 batters, given up a couple hits, a couple runs while we're at it too. And that one is swung on and ripped by Gary. That one will go out of play. No harm, no foul for Gary, as the count is now full. So 1 on with 2 out. Runner on second is Balak, who has the 2 RBI double. A well hit ball into left. And Gary now with a chance to get on base. She didn't do any of that in the previous game, however. Does draw the walk here. Misplay by Jackson at the plate will send Balak over to third. And you see there, she took that big turn rounding first to maybe see if she could get a second base.
Stepping up to the plate next for Simon Fraser, number 4, Catherine Murnahan.
And now batting for the Clan is the catcher, Catherine Murnahan. Murnahan going 2 for 3 in the previous game with 2 leadoff singles in the 5th and the 6th. So see what she can do now with a runner in scoring position. It's Balak over at third and Gary over at first. See if the Clan try to do any trickery on the base paths like they did in the previous game. They did do that double steal last game with Gillis and Caron. So first ball in the dirt for ball 1. And the 1-0 delivery. That one will miss low, and it will send Gary over to second. So now 2 chips to cash, the situation for Murnahan. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 runners in scoring position. Murnahan with a chance here to really do some damage for the Clan in the bottom of the first. And she watches that one go by low. So Rourke having a pretty rough outing so far, giving up 3 runs here in the bottom of the first. Good response from the Clan after giving up 1 in the first as well. And Murnahan being given the take signal there as she lays off one that was belt high on the middle of the plate. And a 3-1 pitch coming in. Still a very good hitter's count here for Murnahan. And that one just missing outside as the Clan draw another walk. So the 4th walk of the inning for Rourke will draw out Yellow Jackets head coach Rebecca Gassner. Facing the 9-spot hitter now, Marina DeAngelis. So DeAngelis comes up with bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. So DeAngelis with a chance to do some damage here. Rourke still in the game here. No pitching change yet for the Yellow Jackets.
Number 17, Marina DeAngelis.
So looking here to see what DeAngelis can do with the bases loaded. And that one catching the low and away part of the plate, so it will be 0-1 to DeAngelis. And the 0-1 delivery. That one misses low, bringing the count to 1-1. So the Clan going through all 9 batters in the first inning so far. Everyone getting their chance right here in the first inning. And DeAngelis has a chance. That one might get through. So DeAngelis with the infield single. Great play there from shortstop Bagnall. That had the potential to score 2. However, DeAngelis reaches first safely. And this will bring up Gillis for the second time here in the first inning. So Gillis, one of the 2 outs of the inning, getting a redemption AB, so to speak. So Gillis had a ground out to the pitcher in her first at-bat this inning as she lifts one over into foul territory. And that one will stay foul as it leaves the stadium. And head coach Mike Rennie having a chat with his hitter Gillis. And you can see he's telling her to stay back, keeping the hands loaded instead of letting them drift off. So 1-1 count to Gillis. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the first inning. 4 runs scored so far by the Clan. However, 4 runs off 3 hits. A lot of Clan batters have reached base on walks. 4 walks so far here in this inning as Caron, Rattel, Gary, and Murnahan all reached via the walk. A lot of free 60s here so far. And that one missing outside, so good lights here from Gillis as she takes the count to 3-1. And Gillis here with a chance to bring in a free run. And that she does. And she takes a minute to realize it was actually ball 4. So 5 walks in the inning for Rourke. As Bagnall goes out to have a chat with the pitcher, kind of settle her down. And it will bring up Stephanie Caron. She reached by walk in her first inning. So again, 2 outs, bases loaded. And Caron rips that one up the middle. That could score 2. And that's DeAngelis who comes in to score from second. So 2 more runs as Caron with the 2-run RBI. And the scary part about this rally here for the Clan is the majority of it has come with 2 outs. They've had 2 outs since Lundrigan back in the early part of the first inning. And we do have some action in the Yellowjackets bullpen. And we do have Lundrigan up, ball 1. That's number 26, Taylor Takich, in the bullpen for the Yellowjackets. So a potential pitching change, maybe at the end of this inning. They'll let her finish off the inning. And it is Lundrigan up at the plate right now, facing a 1-1 count. Lundrigan reaching base on the fielder's choice. And she rolls over on that one. Does have a chance to beat it out. And she is called out at first. So Lundrigan unable to get anything going there in the first part of that inning. and the Clan will strand 3. However, the damage done, they score 7 runs in the first inning. SFU softball, all of us here at Clan TV would like to extend a sincere thank you to Keith and Betty Beedie for supporting the program with Beedie Field. So again, thank you to Keith and Betty Beedie, and we'll be right back for the second inning, so stay tuned here on Clan TV.
Additionally, a big thank you to the Keith and Betty Beedie Foundation.
All right, and welcome back, everybody, here in the top of the second inning. Yes, we're in the top of 2 with the score 7-1 here for the Clan. An eerily similar looking score, as this is what the Clan beat the Vikings by last week in Game 2 of their doubleheader. And we are back, and this is Tori Belton pitching for the Clan as that first ball comes in for a strike. Leading off the inning for the Yellowjackets is the third baseman, Kelsey Devlin. So we were wondering how the Clan were going to respond after giving up an early run in the first, and how do they respond? By putting up a 7 spot in their bottom half of the inning. However, as you see, it's 7 runs off 4 hits. I think it was 5 walks issued by Yellowjackets pitcher Amanda Rourke, setting up some RBIs from various players from the Clan. And that one hit right back to the pitcher, so good fielding there from Belton. So again, that's what you can see when you try and pull an outside pitch. So you can see Belton, that ball on the outside part of the plate. If you try and reach that outside pitch, you're going to pull it, and it's going to be a lazy ground ball every time. So you can see there, not a very hard hit ground ball. Easy pickup for Belton. And it will bring up the first baseman, Cameron Casanelli. And that one hit over to third is Caron with the good play. And the easy put out. So again, Clan defense being very stingy so far here today, as they have been making a lot of solid plays, not making a lot of mistakes, which is all you can ask from your infield. If the ball is put on the ground, they field it and make the throws. So again, ball in the dirt. Good play from Caron. Easy out at first. Very solid brand of defense in the Clan here today so far, with the odd exception, but either way, they're still doing very well. And that ball in the dirt from Belton, ball 1. And this is Jessica Bagnall, the shortstop this game for the Yellowjackets. And that one is ripped into right. A good piece of hitting there from Bagnall. And she gets herself a single. And just another look at that hit here coming up. And you see just very well hit opposite field ball. Good job there by Proctor to keep the ball in front. May seem routine out in the outfield there when you get a grounder like that, but terrible things can happen if that ball gets behind you. So good job there from Proctor to keep it in front. And this brings up the catcher, Katie Jackson. And Jackson takes ball 1. One on the count, as that one comes inside and on the dirt for ball 2. And 2 balls, no strikes. The situation here for Jackson. And that's a delivery from Belton. And that one just missing wide. right, so 3-0 count. Belton working against Jackson. And that one will be a walk on 4 straight balls. So Belton issuing her first walk of the game. And this will bring up the right fielder, Amanda Barham. Coach Rennie out to have a little chat with his pitcher. One thing people don't tend to think of after long offensive innings. So the Clan, they'd had a long offensive series. They went through the order. So they went through 12 hitters that inning. And now, think about it, that's all the time that the pitcher has had off. So that's time to cool off, kind of simmer down, get the competitive juices kind of simmer down a bit just because there's so much downtime. So it's curious to see how Belton will respond this inning. She's been doing well, already 2 outs. However, now the Yellowjackets being tough with 2. There was a single from Bagnall and then the walk on 4 straight pitches from Jackson. And now the 9-spot Barham. And that ball fouled off for strike 1. So off to a good start here against Barham. And that one painting the outside corner for a strike. So after a mound visit from Coach Rennie, a very good comeback here from Belton as she has thrown 2 straight strikes. Some very quality pitching here from Belton. And being ahead in the count, tries to get her chasing on the 0-2 outside pitch. A little outside, but not a bad pitch at all. Try and get her chasing on that one. Still with 2 more chase pitches, so to speak. An opportunity to come up and in with some high heat here. And there we go, that one comes high. Not quite out of the zone, but again, high heat. So 1-2 the count still. Belton working against Barham. And Barham sitting back on that one, not getting fooled by the off speed, stays with it, drives it foul. So Belton here working the 1-2 count. Ended last inning with a strikeout, see if she can do the same here. And that she does. And with that, 1 hit, no runs. The Clan retain a 7-1 lead. And we'll be right back for the bottom half of the second inning here on Clan TV. And welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready to go here in the bottom of the second. Leading off the inning will be number 33, Nicole Rattel. Rattel, who reached base on a walk in the previous inning. And following her will be Proctor and Balak, each with RBIs in the previous inning. Proctor with the RBI single last inning, and Balak with a 2-run double. So this being the scoring, the high-octane part of the Clan offense, so to speak, if you want to pick a specific part of the lineup to do so. And still on the hill for the Yellowjackets is number 20, Amanda Rourke. So they're leaving her out there. And it is Rattel with a 0-1 count. Started off here in the bottom of the second. The Clan up 7-1. And that one a ball, so 1-1 the count here on Rattel. So 1-1 the count. And that one coming in low. So Rourke being left out on the hill, sort out her own issues. Could be a tale of two innings, a 7 spot in the first. Maybe a chance to settle in. Or for the Clan, a chance to keep seeing the ball well and keep tacking on the runs. So the 3-1 pitch from Rourke. And Rattel elevates that one. That one looks like it has a chance. However, it will slice foul. Very good effort from Barham out there laying out. However, can't quite get there. So Rattel showing off her power. She elevates that one into deep right. Another look at that. Didn't even look like she hit that square, and she puts that all the way out in right. And there you can see the full layout from Barham. So the 3-2 pitch coming in. And that one will be in the dirt. So Rattel with her second consecutive walk. A very quality day so far for her at the plate.
The next batter will be number 13, Rachel Proctor.
And this will bring up Proctor. We have a bit of a mound meeting going on. Potentially a pitching change here for the Yellowjackets. No, that's just Jackson out to have a chat with the pitcher Rourke, settle her down. And now up for the Clan is the right fielder Proctor. Proctor had an RBI single in the first inning, and she's coming out swinging as she fouls that one off for strike one. So the Clan bats right now being given the green light, so to speak. Potential that Coach Rennie is giving them maybe one pitch to swing at, and if they don't get theirs, kind of simmer back and make the pitcher come into the zone. Rourke with 6 walks on the day so far. So a lot of free 60s being given up. So if you're Coach Rennie, you can either let them wait for their pitches or just give them the green light. Either way, just a lot of power being given to the Clan women here at the plate. And Proctor goes to lay down the bunt for the base hit. Can't get that one down in time. And the count 1-2 now. Proctor does have some power abilities, also with the speed, as you saw previously right there, trying to bunt for the base hit. She did do that in the previous game. And swing and a miss, strike 3. She goes down swinging. And this will bring up the left fielder, Alex Balak. Balak with a 2-run double in the first inning. She lined that one over the head of the shortstop. So Balak with a runner on first. That's Rattel over at first, getting there via the walk. And that one missing low and away. And 1 ball, no strikes to count for Balak. And that one missing inside. So a very conservative approach to the plate here for Balak. So 2-0 the count, still a good hitter's count. And she takes a rip at that one with a chance to bleed through. And a chance to roll a pair, however, Balak beats out the throw at second. So Balak reaching on the fielder's choice will bring up the shortstop, Haley Gary.
Number 25, Haley Geary, the shortstop.
And just another look at that hit there from Balak. Solid contact just right at the second baseman. Good wheels to not give up the double play. And you can see Jackson coming up, looking to potentially backdoor Balick. Gary reached base on a walk, her first at bat. So looking to get on the score sheet here in game 2. She was 0 for in game 1. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. 1 strikeout away from the old sombrero. And working a 2-0 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on first is Balick, reaching base on a fielder's choice. And that one's in the dirt for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. Strong thought that Gary is being given the take sign here, meaning that not to swing at this pitch. Forced Rourke to come into the zone. And there she does, bringing the count to 3-1. Again, still a good hitter's count. So Gary needing to make sure it's her pitch before taking a big hack at it. And that she does, a big hack, however, rips it foul. Got a little excited and got ahead of that one. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes for Gary. And the 3-2 delivery as Gary rips that one foul again. Balick halfway to second by the time the ball's thrown. Or by the time the ball reaches the plate, no leadoffs allowed here in women's softball. Basically with there being a full count and 2 outs, as soon as the pitch is thrown, runners are gone. And strike 3 for Gary. So after an explosive 7-run first, the Clan with no hits here in the bottom of the second. And we will be right back for the third here on Clan TV. Leading off for the Yellow Jackets here in the top of third is the top of the order, the center fielder, Belle Roven. She reached on a double. So 1 of 2 hits for the Yellow Jackets here so far in game 2. She had the double and she scored on the sac fly from Prince. So not an easy out here for the Clan. She was 0 for 4 in game 1 with 2 strikeouts. She also reached base on an error. So Belton needing to do a good job here of getting the lead-off person. As that one comes in for a strike, bringing the count to 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch from Belton. That one just lofts a little high. 2-1 the count. Belton working on Rovin. And that one just missing the outside part of the plate. Murnahan doing her best job to frame that pitch on the outside portion of the plate. So 3-1 count. Belton only giving up 1 walk so far. As she comes inside, that one fouled right. And you can see that was DeAngelis over there at first making the play. Rattel hugging, playing right beside the pitcher. So they're playing bunt prevent defense. Now everyone back in their normal alignments. And a full count. And that one is ripped into center. Gillis moving back. That one hits the fence. And it will be a stand-up double. So Rovin clearly seeing the ball well off Belton as she reaches with her consecutive doubles. So going 0 for in game 1, now 2 for 2 with 2 doubles here in game 2.
The next batter will be number 2, Corey Gamma.
And there's another look at that. Just a very solid swing put on that, as that one makes it all the way to the warning track. As that one goes outside on the next hitter, Corey Gammon. And hopefully you could see it there. I've mentioned it previously, but the warning track here at Beedie Field, not actually dirt or turf, it's actually made of track material. So the rubber you'd find on a track is what makes up the warning track here at Beedie Field. And it's a 2-0 count now on Corey Gammon. Murnahan out there to settle down Belton. So 2 balls and no strikes. Belton working on Gammon. And the 2-0 pitch, and that one is hit back to the pitcher. Checks the runner at second, who runs anyway. So Gammon doing a good job of moving the runner over. So Belton attempted to look back the runner at second, however, Rovin had taken off already, so off to first the ball went. So 1 out here for the Clan. And you can see Belton getting the ball. See, her first move wasn't to first. She tried to look back the runner. And this will bring up Marissa Prince, who had the big sack fly, showing off her warning track power. So 0-1 the count now on Prince. Runner at third is Rovin. And that one is swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch there from Belton. Belton with a chance to throw Prince a chair here. And that one just missing outside. Good job from Murnahan to keep the ball in front. And that one catching the outside part of the plate. Prince caught looking for strike 3. 2 outs here in the top of the third.
The next at bat, number 15, Montana State University Billings, Megan Detler.
And that one brings up Megan Detling. And Detling rips out to second. Good play by DeAngelis as the Clan get themselves out of the inning without giving up anything other than a hit. So the long double from Rovin leads to nothing as the Clan get themselves out of the inning. And we'll be right back for the bottom part of the third. So stay tuned here on Clan TV.
MSUB,
Here for the Clan.
For SFU,
Leading off here for the Clan in the bottom of the third inning is the catcher, Catherine Murnahan. Murnahan with a walk in her first at-bat. The first three batters here in the top or bottom of the third will be Murnahan, DeAngelis, and Gillis. Clan looking to add to their 7-1 lead here. Pitching for the Yellow Jackets is still Amanda Rourke. So 7 runs in the first, none in the second. See what the Clan can do here in the third. And that one comes in for a ball. 2-0 the count now on Murnahan. Murnahan working the 2-0 count. As that one is ripped, it looks like it will carry foul. As Casanelli and Jackson make a break towards the ball. However, it does go out of bounds. Or out of play, more like it. That will bring the count to 2-1. And that one catching the inside part of the plate. So 2-2 count here on Murnahan after fouling off one and getting one called inside as she watches that one go outside for ball 3. As Murnahan brings the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And swing and a miss from Murnahan, strike 3. So Rourke seeming to settle in a bit more here after that first inning.
17, Marina DeAngelis.
And this will bring up the second baseman, Marina DeAngelis. DeAngelis had an RBI single her first at-bat, so definitely capable of doing some good things with the bat in her hands. As she watches ball 1 go by. So DeAngelis with the RBI, definitely showing that the Clan have depth all the way through that lineup, as even the 9 spot is not an easy out as she rips one to short. However, happens to rip it right at the shortstop Bagnall for an out.
Next at bat for Simon Fraser, number 18, the center fielder, Taylor Gillis.
And there you can see the ball was hit well, just good old Adam ball. It was hit hard, just hit right at him. And this will bring up the top of the order, Taylor Gillis, already getting her 3rd at-bat here in this game. We are only in the top of the 3rd. She is 0 for 1 so far. She did draw a walk, and she also grounded out her first at-bat. As Rourke puts that one in the dirt for ball 2, 2-0 the count now on Gillis. Two balls and no strikes on Gillis. And that one is swung on and hit, and again, second ground ball of hers that went right to the pitcher. So a 3-up, 3-down inning here for the Yellow Jackets. The Clan really needing to get that spark they had in the first, as we will we'll be right back for the 4th inning here on Clan TV.
When I first came to SFU, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted. When I got into my 2nd semester, I suddenly wasn't so sure what I wanted to do anymore. So I started to explore a little bit. Archaeology, communications, history, even kinesiology. And then I decided to go on exchange to France for a year. I was an orientation leader for a year, became a community advisor in residence, helped start a choir. I even took a rowing course. After SFU, I have lots of possibilities of what I could do, but whatever I do, I know I'll be ready for it.
At any given moment at the keg, something special is happening.
And welcome back. Here we are, top of the 4th inning. Clan up 7-1. And it will be Kelsey Devlin to lead off here in the top of the 4th for the Yellowjackets. Devlin 0 for 1. She led off in the 2nd and went on a ground out to first. And there you can see the Clan with some action in the bullpen. It looks like Jess Goulet getting loose for the Clan, potentially giving Belton a break after earning a 7-1 lead.
Leading off for MSUB, number 12, Kelsey Devlin.
And here we go, Devlin Devlin up at the dish here for the Yellowjackets. And that one is swung on and hit. However, it is played in foul territory by Caron. So a good piece of defense there from Caron, as she has proven that she can catch anything hit over to her. However, ball goes foul. So that will be 0-1 the count. And that one is hit over to Gary as she makes the long throw over to first and makes that one look routine. So a quick out here for the Clan in the top of the 4th.
The next at bat for the Yellowjackets.
And it's another look at that. Good hit ball.
Casanelli.
Bang, bang play over at first. So a long throw from Gary. And this will bring up Casanelli. Grounded to third, her first at bat. And strike one called. Good frame job there by Murnahan. And what I mean by framing is when there's a ball that's on pretty close to either side of the plate, is the catcher can move the hand slightly just to make sure it looks like it paints the corner of the plate. So Murnahan doing a very good job so far of actually framing pitches. So she's really making sure it looks like the ball crossed the plate. Even if it is crossing the plate or just a little bit outside or inside, just really making it look like to the umpire that it really crossed the plate there. So good job from her. Count now 0-2 on Casanelli. And setting up so outside was Murnahan on the 0-2 count, trying to get her to chase outside. Usual trend for the Clan pitchers if they get up 2-0 to really work that outside part, try and get them chasing. And again, trying to work that outside part. Looks like a good spot. Might have been missing a little outside. So 2-2 the count now. Belton working against Casanelli. Getting their signals through. And that one is ripped into the power alley. This spells trouble for the Clan, as Casanelli will probably end up with a double on this one as she safely arrives at second. And Coach Rennie now to have a chat with his pitcher, Belton. So there was action in the bullpen earlier. And now Coach Rennie out to talk with his pitcher. Could potentially be seeing a pitching change. And he is reaching for a scorebook. And here's another look at that hit. So there you can see just a good, solid line drive. That one happened to land in the power alley.
Now running at second base for MSUB, number 3, Alyssa Yeager. At the plate, number 12.
And now running.
Jessica Bagno.
Now running for the Yellowjackets is number 3, Alyssa Yeager. So Yeager in for Casanelli on the base paths. And that one is ripped foul. And this is Jessica Bagnall at the plate. So 1-1 the count now. And the 1-1 delivery to Bagnall as that one comes in just a little high. So 2-1 count. Runner on second is Yeager. And big swing and a miss from Bagnall with one away here in the top of the fourth inning. Clan up 7-1 after an explosive first inning. So 2-2 the count now on Bagnall. And that one just a little outside from Belton. And the full count. Count full now to Bagnall. Belton with the delivery. And that one will come across inside for ball 4.
Batting next for the Yellowjackets, number 20. Number 22.
And this will bring up number 22, Katie Jackson, the catcher. Jackson, who drew a walker last at bat. And that one is fouled back for strike 1. And the 0-1 delivery comes in, fouled off for strike 2. So after walking the previous hitter, Belt now up 2-0. Curious to see if she goes with the usual Clan pitching strikeout attempt of working the outside part. And that one's just a little too outside. Murnahan setting up almost in the other batter's box. And the 1-2 delivery again, trying to work the outside part of the plate. Yellow Jackets hitters seeming to have caught on to this idea of trying to get them to chase, as they are just sitting on those outside pitches and not swinging. So the 2-2 delivery now. And this one fouled off. So the count still at 2-2. And again, this count still 2-2. The delivery from Belton coming in. And that one swung on. That one just not a chance for Murnahan to get to. So again, the count still remains 2-2 for Jackson. Quality at bat. And that one is swung on and ripped. However, Caron unable to handle that one. Runners will hold. That's a very hard hit ball. So just like that, the bases are loaded for the Yellow Jackets. And we do have action in the bullpen. It's looking like Jess Goulet is going to be called into the game. So she's coming on the field. It is happening. Jess Goulet coming into the game for the Clan. Belton placed on a short leash, and she is done after 3 1/3, and it will bring in the senior pitcher, Jessica Goulet.
Offensive change for SFU. Now pitching.
And with this time, we would like to thank some more of our sponsors. White Spot, a proud sponsor of SFU Athletics. From cheering on the sidelines to providing award-winning burgers to fuel athletes and fans before or after a game, White Spot has your back. Find a location near you at whitespot.ca. And the Simon Hotel. Take your next hotel stay to new heights at the Simon Hotel, located on the SFU Burnaby campus. In addition to the breathtaking views from one of the Lower Mainland's highest hotels, guests receive complimentary parking, access to the SFU Fitness Center and pool, and discounted rates at the dining hall. Visit their website at sfu.ca/stay here. And right now we're just waiting for Goulet to finish her warm-up, as Belton is done after 3 1/3. So just getting some warm-up pitches on the mound, and we'll get right back in it.
The next batter for the Yellow Jackets, number 6, Amanda Barnett.
So Goulet being welcomed to the game with the 9-spot hitter. And that is Amanda Burham. So Goulet now in the ballgame. And that one is hit into shallow left. And that's Proctor over in left making the play. So another defensive change for the Clan as Proctor is now in left and Balak in right. So that one lazy fly into left. And you can see Proctor closing on it, showing her range.
Next batter, number 24, Bella Rovo.
And this will bring up the leadoff hitter, Bella Roven. So Goulet coming into the game and getting out the first batter she faces. It is worth mentioning that she is being put in a tough spot to be put in relief with 1 out and the bases loaded. Not a lot of room for error. And Goulet now down 2-0 in the count to Roven, the leadoff hitter. And Roven has seen the ball very well today. She is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. And with the bases loaded, that could spell trouble for the Clan. We'll see how Goulet can work against Roven. As that one is ripped foul. So already coming back into the count. So 2-1 the count now on Roven. Goulet in the game on relief for Belton. As that one comes in, and DeAngelis with the play over to first. So the story here in this inning, the pitching change from Belton to Goulet, and Goulet getting the 2 batters she faced. So at the half inning, or after that, the score sheet looks like 1 run and 4 hits. Score still 7-1 for the Clan. And the SFU Clan would like to thank Easton, a proud sponsor of SFU Clan softball, providing players with bats and apparel as well. We would like to thank Worth for providing the official game balls for NCAA softball. Thank you to Easton and Worth, and we will be right back for the bottom of the 4th inning here on Clan TV.
3 left on base for SFU.
Leading off here in the fourth for the Clan is the third baseman, Stephanie Caron. Caron has a walk and a 2 RBI single here in this game so far. And the first pitch to Caron. And that one just a little low and away. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is hit. That will get by, so Caron adding another one to her day as she gets a single. Just past the third baseman. And this will bring up the designated player, Taylor Lundrigan. Lundrigan having a rough day so far here today. 0 for on the day as a whole. And being the 3 spot hitter, you know she's a good hitter, so Lundrigan definitely due for a good hit here. And Lundrigan goes to lay down the bunt. It is a called strike. So the Clan's still looking to play a little small ball here. Bunt the runners over as Coach Rennie goes to have a chat with Lundrigan. So 0-1 the count on Lundrigan. And she squares up to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a big hack. So she's now at 0-2. So 0-2 delivery to Lundrigan as she watches that one go by. That one's bobbled. Caron will take second. So you can see on the replay, the ball, it just gets away from Jackson, which allows Caron to go over to second. So heads up base running there from Caron. And the 1-2 delivery, and Lundrigan goes down swinging. So Lundrigan's day continues to be subpar. And this will bring up Nicole Rattel. She has 2 walks here today so far. And we know from last game she has the chance to change the game with the swing of a bat. One ball and no strikes to count to Rattel. And she watches that one go by for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes to count for Rattel. And the 2-0 delivery from Rourke. And she gets a piece of that one, rips it down the line. Mishandled, called fair. So a single here from Rattel as it is ripped by the third baseman. So 2 on and 1 out. And you can see again, that ball leaves the bat in a hurry. Caron thought about going home on that one, however, ball too close. This will bring up Proctor. Proctor has an RBI already in this game. And she comes up with 1 out and a runner in scoring position. That runner being Caron, and Caron has the speed over there at third, so anything could score her as long as she puts it in play. And with that idea in mind, she takes a big swing and fouls it off. And that'll be strike 1. And the 0-1 count now for Proctor. Proctor squares to bunt, looks to lay it down. Doesn't quite get it, however, it does draw Rattel over to second. So with that bunt, or squared bunt, it moves Rattel over to second. So 2 in scoring position for Proctor now with a 0-2 count. And that one a little outside. So Proctor with a big chance here to do some damage, as there's only 1 out, 1 and 2 count, and runners on second and third. So 2 chips to cash here for the Clan in the bottom of the 4th. And after getting the signals, Rourke to deliver, and that one's in the dirt. Well handled by Jackson. So the count 2-2 now. Proctor still at the plate. And the 2-2 delivery. Proctor drives that one in the power alley. That has a chance to score too. Proctor rounds going to second, and Rattel scores as Proctor with the 2-run double here in the bottom of the 4th. So with the double from Proctor, it brings the lead to 9-1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
The next batter for SFU, number 9, Alex Bailick.
And this will bring up Alex Bailick, who already has a 2 RBI double as well, so looking to potentially trade places with Proctor over at second. And she comes out swinging, so green lights all around for the Clan. The lady's being given the green light to swing away. And the 0-1 delivery to Bailick. And Bailick lays down a bunt, however she does put that foul. Then maybe looking a bunt for base hit, up 8 runs, not quite sure why, should just be swinging the bat. Either way, that ball goes foul, and Bailick still at the plate. And that one ripped over to second. Chance for Bailick to beat that out, doesn't. However, she does move the runner over, so not quite a negative AB. And that will bring up the shortstop, Haley Gary. Gary 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. And looks like we have a play at the plate. So on a pass ball, Proctor comes in to score. A little insurance run there for the Clan, bringing the score to 9-1. Or sorry, 10-1. So Proctor coming in to score. So Gary with 2 outs, no one on now. And she pulls that one down the line, however, foul. Gary working a 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 4th. And big swing from Gary. However, that ball is hooked foul. So 1-2 count for Gary. And that one is swung on and hit over to short. Misplayed. Chance to beat it out. That she does. Ball is thrown away. So an error from the shortstop will let Gary safe at first. And Coach Rennie over at first, looking to make a substitution here. And that looks like number 15, Samantha Ruffett, looking to come into the game. So this is number 15, the new catcher, Sam Ruffett. So with the 9-run lead, Ruffett now getting a chance to get some at-bats here for the Clan. Looking to make the most of her chance in this game. So 1 ball, no strikes to count on Ruffett. And that one catching the outside part of the plate. So 1-0 the count. As Rourke is shaking off her catcher. And swung on a foul by Ruffett, bringing the count to 1-2. And that one is swung on, put in play, has a chance to bleed up the middle. And out at second is Gary. So after the 4th inning, Clan are up 10-1. And we'll be right back for the top of the 5th here on Clan TV.
In the bottom of the 4th inning.
So some defensive changes here for the Clan before we get started. Number 15, Sam Ruffett, who is just hitting, is now out again, which brings Murnahan back up defensively. Balak is now playing first in favor of Goodman, who's now out and left. So the Clan favoring a defensive lineup. As first pitch from Goulet drops in for a strike against Gammon. And the Clan find themselves in the mercy rule situation. It is if a team is up by 8 runs after the 5th inning and the game is over, the Clan are currently up 9 with a score of 10-1. And since they are the home team, if they can shut out the Yellowjackets in this half of the inning, the game will be over. And that one comes in for a ball, so 2 balls and 1 strike to count now. And just a notification, tomorrow's doubleheader between the SFU Clan and the Yellowjackets will not be live streamed. However, the games are still happening. Again, they just will not be live streamed. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Gammon. Goulet pitching in favor of Belton, who was pulled. last inning. And that one makes it through the infield. So the runner on first is Gammon, and this will bring up Marissa Prince. And we do look like we have a substitution here. And that is Jackie Picado now in the game for the Yellowjackets.
For MSUB will be number 25, Jacqueline Cristiano.
So Goulet with a fresh hitter here. And Goulet puts that one in for a strike. So 0-1. No balls, one strike. And that one comes in, flared up. Balick with a chance to track that one down. And Balick gets to that one. So Balick getting the out there. So one down. And just get another quick look at that one here. As that's split up, that's Balick and DeAngelis converging on the ball. And Balick coming down with that one. So her experience out in the outfield lately coming in handy over there at first. And a substitution here for the Yellowjackets now in the game number 5, Ryland Estrada. So the Yellowjackets realizing they're in a mercy position and giving some of their second stringers a chance for some at-bats here. Good move here from the coach. And that pitch from Goulet drops in for a strike. So 0-1 the count now. And that one catching the outside corner, so a good back-to-back pitches from Goulet. So 0-2, Goulet with a chance to throw a chair, and she pulls that one outside. A little outside heat. And 1-2, the count. Goulet working on Estrada. And Clan with a chance here to roll a pair. Gary. And Clan roll a pair to end the game. The old 4-6-3 double play. Great defensive play there from DeAngelis. Managed to get the ball over to Gary and over to first. Bang, bang, bang. 6-4-3 double play. And that is the ball game. Just some quick thoughts on the game here. Obviously, it speaks for itself. A 7-run first inning. That, obviously, the Clan could not have asked for a better start. Obviously, it was curious to see how they'd react after giving up that first run in the first inning, and how did they respond. They came back hard, putting up a 7 spot. A lot of RBIs. Not everyone just put the load on their shoulders. No home runs in this game. Just a lot of quality work across the board. RBIs from Proctor, Balick, DeAngelis, Caron, and some more from Proctor. So everyone doing their part, but if you were to pick somebody for the player of the game for this one, definitely Proctor. 3 RBIs in this one. She had a good day. And on behalf of our executive producer, Gabriel Lynn, supervising producer, Steve Frost, and our entire crew here at Beedie Field, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon. My name is Luca Molinari, and until next time, have a good one.